Hello, 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 my friends, and welcome back. Welcome back to the Secrets of a Witch podcast with me, Sabrina Scott, where I talk all about life, love, healing, witchcraft, magic, tarot, spirituality, and everything in between. I took a few days off. I did. I took 3 days off. Well, technically 2 days off because I'm recording this on a Monday, but it's going to go live on a Tuesday. And you know what? It was good to take a breather from daily podcasting, but it is also nice to be back. So, did you miss me? Did you miss the podcast? Starting every day with Sabrina Land. If you did miss the podcast, please show me some love by spreading the word, telling a friend, telling an enemy, I don't know, leaving a 5-star review. I would really, really, really appreciate that. It really means the world, and it makes me smile when this little project gets out there and more people are listening, and it just feels really good to be able to help more people and share my perspective about witchcraft, life, love, and just all of the things, leading an integrated, chill vibe life. So thank you in advance. One other thing I guess I should let you guys know that I'm starting to do is weekly tarot vibe, week ahead forecast situations on YouTube. So if you guys are vibing, if you like it, I'm going to be going live on YouTube every Monday, sometime between Monday morning and Monday lunchtime, Eastern time. And this is my second week doing it. So I just released the first week of April tarot vibe forecast. I pulled 7 tarot cards and then a few oracle cards, some from a few different self-care oracle decks. And then I've resurrected this incredibly sassy deck that I know you guys will absolutely love. Whenever I post it on Instagram, everyone loses their fucking shit about it because it's just so sassy and it's so good. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Do check it out on YouTube. My YouTube is just youtube.com/Sabrina Scott. No M, because I guess there's not as many Sabrinas on YouTube, which is weird but great. So do check that out. I also did a live unboxing of a tarot deck that I was gifted from an old friend/colleague that I met at an illustration conference like a bazillion years ago. It's a super special, interesting tarot deck. It's called Trickster's Journey, I think. And it's super cool, like Chinese folklore, mythology infused tarot deck. Pretty interesting. I can't wait to read the guidebook. And so my unboxing is, I think, 45 minutes. It's also on YouTube under the live video section. So do check that out if you're someone that is curious about that. I do show every major arcana as well as some of the minors as well. So peep that if you wanna. And if you don't, then don't. It's all good. So today, what is our topic? Our topic is sometimes shitty things just happen. Sometimes shitty things happen to good people. Sometimes shitty things happen to people with amazing energy and good vibes. And it doesn't mean that we attracted it. It doesn't mean that it's our fault. And it doesn't mean that we're to blame. And I don't know if you can hear that, but one of my cats is having a sneezing fit in the background. I guess she also has seasonal allergies. I don't know. But anyway, so it's this common thing that I see a lot, right? Like spirituality being misused and abused as a way to victim blame. And don't get me wrong, I love the law of attraction. I love thinking about raising my vibration. I love positive energy. I love being an optimistic, happy, calm person, 99% of the time. It's just my natural state of being. And my life is so much better, now that this is kind of the way I move and the way that I just am and the way that I be. It's great. So I would highly recommend the positive vibes, the affirmations, all of that to every one of you. And just because we do affirmations, just because we are walking on a cloud, just because we are all positive vibes most of the time, just because we are law of attracting like the best things into our life, all of that can be true and real and working. And life is random. Life is chaotic. And unfortunately, sometimes even good people, positive people, people who are working with the law of attraction, people who are attracting like good things into our lives with magic or whatever, sometimes we're going to meet shitty ass people who are going to treat us crappy, whether that's like some asshole on the bus, whether it's a really bad date, whether it's a coworker, whether it's a family member, like whether it's just like a bird pooping on our head randomly. Like I was talking to a friend about that sometime recently. I have no idea how that came up. But anyway, all of that to say, life is chaotic. Life is random. Sometimes, unfortunately, we meet shitty people. We have unfortunate, unpleasant experiences. Sometimes we have bad luck. Sometimes we just have bad experiences because there's a small percentage of people in this world who fucking suck and nothing's going to change that. And statistically, we are all going to encounter those people multiple times in our lives, no matter what we do. And so part of my point of speaking this into the world is just as a little reminder, because I do see sometimes people using spirituality to beat themselves up, people using spirituality and the law of attraction and all of this to victim blame themselves or other people. Where it's like, oh, you had a bad date with a shitty person. Oh, you must have attracted that. Oh, your vibration must have been the same. So like you must have just like attracted that shitty person to you. And it's like, no, there's so many other different reasons that we can have bad experiences in dating or elsewhere. Like sometimes it just be bad luck. Sometimes it's like a numbers game. A shitty person is just gonna be around at some point. We're gonna encounter them. It's gonna happen. If it's in a dating context, it's like, oh, maybe that person vibrates at that same narcissist level as a parent. And so it feels really familiar and harder to spot. And then it's like, oh shit. And then you can peace out. And so it's really important to me, like as someone who loves spirituality, who loves witchcraft, who loves magic, who loves positivity, good vibes, law of attraction, all of that stuff. It's just so important to me that we don't abuse and misuse these concepts and ideas and frameworks to injure ourselves, to blame ourselves, to insult ourselves. And my cat agrees. Because that ultimately doesn't achieve anything good. It's also just not true. I have no idea how many people there are on this planet, but there's a lot of people. And statistically, there's a lot of those people who also suck. What is the statistics of people who are shitty psychos and the statistics on people who are genuine and kind and just like healthy and good? I don't know what that balance is. I really don't. But a lot of the books I've read on attachment and healthy relationships, according to these books, secure attachment is like half of people. And so there's like a healthiness I think you need in order to cultivate that. And then the other half is like the other types of attachment. But of course, like attachment isn't the only thing that matters. I'm not going to say that it is. I read another book that was suggesting that the amount of sketchy, violent people in the world is about 10% of people. And so if we're going to assume that that statistic is correct, and I think that statistic comes from, oh my God, what is the book called? It's a book that kind of argues against the sexual revolution. It's written by a woman. I forget what it's called, but it's a super interesting book. It has a picture of a tissue box on the front. So if anyone's curious to read it, I'm sure you can find it on the good old internet. It's going to be there somewhere. And I'm pretty sure that's the number that she uses. So let's just assume that that's right. So 10% of people, psycho, scary, violent, creepy, whatever. So that means that 10% of the people that we are going to encounter in our life are going to be violent, aggressive, shitty, and try to fuck our shit up. And so that is going to happen to some degree if we leave our house, if we are in a workplace with other human beings, if we are going on 3 to 4 dates a week with different people, if we are at a party with 100 people. You know what I mean? It's just reality. And I think one thing the law of attraction can do, and all of these spiritual techniques can do, it's not going to disappear that 10% of people from our reality. But it makes it a lot easier for those people to bounce off of us and for us to not get taken in by their bullshit and their violence and their aggression and their threats and their insults. And my cat just keeps meowing at exactly the right times. Like, I feel like we're a rap duo right now where she's just like chiming in at exactly the right moment to be like, yes, preach. And I don't know if you guys can hear her purring through the audio, but she is, and it's really cute. But the law of attraction has helped me notice good people a lot easier than I used to. And it helps me notice who sucks way earlier than I used to. And so I think that's part of the beauty of some of this work, this spiritual work, is we're still going to meet all these different people. We're just going to be able to suss out their vibration a little bit earlier than we might otherwise. So maybe now it takes 2 dates instead of 20. Maybe it takes 4 dates instead of 10 to figure out, oh, this person is like, not the vibe. This person is aggressive, or this person is a narcissist, or this person is manipulative, or, fill in the blank. And so I do find that to be valuable, right? We learn these skills through the law of attraction, through witchcraft, through magic, around what kind of life we want to live and what kind of people we want to be surrounded by. When we key into this positive vibration that is healthy, that is growth-oriented, that is stretchy, that is fun, when we're in a situation where someone makes us wrong for existing, where someone's manipulating us and being cruel, it becomes a lot easier because then the vibration is like fucking shitty. And it's easier for us to realize that that's not about us. That's not what we're doing. That's all about the other person and what they're bringing into the interaction. It's easier to notice when our own energy is off in response to somebody who's sketchy. So if you are encountering these shitty people still, despite how much spiritual work you do, congratulations. It just means that you're alive. It means that you're a living and breathing person in this chaotic, beautiful reality existence. And it means that you are challenged to suss out those folks sooner rather than later. And a lot of these people are really good at masking. They're good at hiding. They're good at manipulating. They're good at seeming something that they're not. So don't beat yourself up. It doesn't mean you're not spiritual. It doesn't mean your vibe is off. It doesn't mean you attracted it. It means you're a human being living in reality. So keep shining. Don't dim that light. Keep going. One way to think about it is all types of bugs are attracted to the light. And if there's anyone here who's like an insect scientist, you might call me wrong, and I probably am, but let's go with the metaphor. So like, a bright light at nighttime is attracting moths, flies, mosquitoes, fireflies, butterflies. I don't know. And maybe that's scientifically accurate, maybe it's not, but you guys get my point with this metaphor is that same bright light, that same beauty, that same amazing vibe is going to attract fucking everybody. If you're this beautiful lighthouse with your amazing energy, you're going to attract everybody. The great people and the shitty people. And I hate to be so crass with that dichotomy, but I don't know, sometimes that's just how it is, and I don't really believe in making excuses for people at this point in my life. I don't believe in being overly understanding to people at this point in my life, unless I'm doing a tarot reading for them, in which case I fully accept you and all of your fuckery. But if I'm looking at it outside of that lens, if I'm just a person in the world interacting with other people in the world in a non-business sense, I'm not someone who is going to overly understand my way into subjecting myself to continued mistreatment from somebody. Yeah, I can understand it, their why, their trauma, but who cares? If they're mistreating me, they can go bye-bye. Right? Because all different types of creatures are attracted to that lighthouse. It doesn't mean that the light should be shining less bright. You know, if you're that lighthouse, you just get to discern which bugs you want to let hang out and which ones you want to zap so they leave you alone. Right? And that discernment is key. So don't white light yourself out of discernment. Don't white light yourself out of the importance of saying no. And my cat is puking. Cool. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but it's so interesting. My cats, when I'm doing a tarot reading about something tense, they'll usually fight each other. And I've done a tarot reading before with a cat also puked at this very tense moment. And it was kind of a comedic relief. And I guess the cat is doing that for this moment as well, because this is kind of a tense topic, right? It's so important to not white light yourself to just accept everybody's bad behavior because, I must have attracted this. It's law of attraction. This must be my vibration. Don't take responsibility for other people's fuckery if it has nothing to do with you. Don't use your spirituality to be an extension of someone else's abuse or mistreatment of you. Your spirituality is supposed to be protective of you. Your spirituality is supposed to help you grow and pull you up and elevate you, help you explore your shadows, but also help you to shine brighter. And so don't use your spirituality to gaslight yourself or to victim blame yourself. No amount of spirituality is going to poof the shitty people from the world. But we can use our spirituality and work with our spirituality to help us discern who is worth our time and who isn't. But please, for the love of God and all that is spiritual and witchy and cute, do not use your spirituality to blame yourself. You're not low vibe because you met someone shitty. You're not low vibe because you got mistreated by somebody. You did not attract mistreatment. Period. Okay? So I hope that resonates. I hope some of you needed to hear that. I know I've definitely been in times in my life when I needed to hear that. Because it can be so easy to get swept into that, this idea that we can control everything, that through spirituality we can control every which thing in our life. And I think we can control a lot through spirituality, but the random chaos of who we meet and who we don't, I think there is some of that we don't have control over. And if we sometimes meet shitty people, sometimes it's just because we got a bright light and because we live in reality. So don't beat yourself up. Okay. So that's today's episode, my beautiful folks. It feels good to be back. We are almost at 2 full months of the Secrets of a Witch podcast, full moon February to full moon April. So it is my goal to hit 10,000 listens. We're almost there. At the time of this recording, I think we are at 8.6 thousand listens, which is fucking awesome. So cool. So please spread the word. Please spread the word. I would appreciate that. And one more thing I just want to remind everyone of is Magic May, which is going to be a month-long Telegram group challenge experience with me in your ear / in your phone every day with a little magical inspiration sent your way. So the intention behind it is to create community, kinship, and to help connect folks to their magic on the daily in a very chill, low pressure, accessible way. There's going to be prizes. If you tell your friends and they sign up, there's prizes. Who does not love a prize or 2 or 3? If you do the challenge daily, there's going to be group calls, which is going to be super fun. I'm so stoked. We already have more than 20 people signed up, and I just want to see how big it can get. So check out sabrinamscott.com/magicmay for more details. Feel free to send me an email as well if you like, ceo@sabrinamscott.com. I've also got a few bundles, as I think I've said in some previous episodes right now, of my self-study masterclasses bundled up all nice and cute for multiple hundreds of dollars discounted if you buy more than one at a time. So if you're interested in that, do email me as well. I'm happy to send you all the deets. I have had a few folks jump in and the feedback has just been like so fucking good, and I'm beyond happy about that. Like, I just love helping people with this work. And so if you're hesitant to jump the fuck in. You will not regret it, trust me. If you're not sure how to do that, again, you can just email me, ceo@sabrinamscott.com. Say hi. I'm also back on Instagram after my 2-week break, which was much needed, so you can reach out there as well. Sabrina M. Scott on Instagram. My website, of course, is sabrinamscott.com. And again, the YouTube stuff is youtube.com/Sabrina Scott, no M. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your beautiful day. Bye.